Hi everyone, this is Pierre from Onedoc. Let's see how to get started with Onedoc. From a website here, you can check our documentation. Getting started with Node.js. First steps, let's sign up and get our API key. Since I'm already authenticated, I can see my dashboard here that we'll get back to just in a second. But here's where we can retrieve our API key. Once we're done with that, we can follow these instructions. Step 5 will let you clone a repo that will set up a local environment for you and get started in just a few seconds. Let's open the terminal here in VS Code and clone our repo. In just 2 commands, we can just install all dependencies. Let's open our folder here in VS Code. And by running npm run render, our document will render just right here in hello world.pdf. Oh, actually, we're missing our API key. I'll see you in just a second. And back to you with an API key in my local environment variables. So let's run render again. Typo. And in just a few seconds, our document will render as hello world.pdf. Let's see a nice thing about Onedoc that our initial repo doesn't demonstrate. Let's see how we can generate saved documents that you can replay for as long as 90 days. They change the setting from false to true and add an expires in parameter of 1 day, because let's say we want our document to be downloadable for 1 day. Now let's run our code. Oh, actually, I already know this will return no longer a file, but a link, a download link to your document. Let's run this again. Wait for a few seconds. And actually, we want to see our link, so we are able to view our document and run npm run render. And here we go. Let's check it out. Here we are. With that link, you can share your document with anyone, anywhere, and it will be viewable for just 1 day. Going back to our app here, our dashboard, we can see we just generated that document and just see a preview in our console. Let's now see a more complicated use case. Let's try building an invoice from one of our templates. Going back to documentation, templates, invoice, we can just copy paste these 3 files and get started with a beautiful invoice. Okay, let's start with invoice.tsx. Let's copy paste that code in. Oh, typo the file name. What's next? Components. These are all our React components that we're using to render our document. And finally, our data models. And all set. Let's go back to render and copy paste this render file, this content. And let's not forget to replace our API key here with whatever is in our environment variable. And let's run it. And in a matter of just a few seconds, our invoice.pdf appears here and is viewable in VS Code. Let's see how we can just make a little change here with our build customer. Let's change it to Batman himself, because why not? And render it again. And there we go. Our customer is now Batman. I hope this was helpful, seeing how Onedoc can help you generate beautiful dynamic documents in just a few seconds. You can find all of this in docs.onedoclabs.com. Feel free to reach out to us on Discord or any other channels for personalized advice and onboarding. See you all using Onedoc.